everyone, welcome to the Knitting Turnpike. Hi everyone, welcome. My name is Gina Pike. I'm so happy that you're here. Today we're going to be doing a WAYK video update. WAYK 16, and that basically stands for, if you're new here, that stands for what are you knitting? And this is where I like to share what I'm currently working on, the projects I'm working on. Each one of these projects today, I'll be sharing 3 projects that I'm currently have in process, and I have shared these before, so these are just something you've seen before, not really new, just more of a progression of the project itself. The first thing I'm going to be sharing with you is my Hope Remains shawl. The pattern is by Knits. As you can see right now, it's being modeled by the lovely Claire back here. I wanted you guys to be able to see it. I mean, it's still being knitted, but I wanted you to see the drape of it, and I wanted you to see how the yarn is going gradient from darker to lighter. And I'm going to pull Claire around here, and we're going to take a closer up look at the details, but I just wanted you to see what the gradient looks like with the sunlight hitting it. So give me 1 second and we'll bring Claire around. All right, this shawl we're currently on the 4th clue. There are 5 clues, so there's 1 more clue left, and I just got that. It just released this morning, so I'm excited to finish this shawl up. Here's what it's looking like closer up. You can see how I started with a garter tab cast on. There's a garter stitch edge going along the edge of the shawl because this is mostly stockinette stitch with a pattern, so it is curling. But when you block it, it will block out. So here's this. There are beads. If you can see the beads in there, there's going to be over 1,300 beads. It's a very solid design, but my shawl is very lacy. I'm going to put it on Claire here in a minute so you can see some of the details. You can see how the gradient is starting to lighten up. And I am a little nervous. This is all I have left of my yarn, and that's 29 grams, and I think I need 30 for the last clue in the bind off. So I'm going to be cutting it really close and possibly playing yarn chicken, which I hate to do, but I have a lot of pink in my stash. I might be able to find something. It's kind of pinky cream. So the lady who dyes this yarn is not dyeing yarn right now, so I'm hoping I don't have to try to find something in my stash that will work with this. Plus, this yarn is a different type of a blend. It's a silk sea sail, which is why it's so open and airy. Let's drape this on Claire and take a look at it. Alright, I'm going to show this on Claire. You can still see the little pucker design with the little dragonflies. Like right here. And then there's a bead at the bottom. That's throughout, and then it started getting bigger and bigger where the holes around the dragonfly opened up a little bit more. There's like, instead of just 2, there's more. And then as you keep on going down, the design starts to change. You can see the 3 beads coming in, more of a triangular shape there. Like here is a triangle. And then at the end here, you can see the design really changing as she's starting to bring in more beads there. So I'm really excited. We haven't really used a whole lot of beads. I think I've used 3 of these tubes, and I still got 4 more tubes, so I'm expecting this bottom to be really beaded and really lacy, kind of like the Lovish shawl. I'll put a picture here so you can compare the border of that, and we'll end up comparing it to the border here next week when we get this fifth clue, final clue, finished shawl, the shawl finished. But that's what it's looking like so far. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you're liking this design, if this is something you would make. It's a lot more closed, compact than what I'm used to seeing Beverly make, but I think this border is going to probably open up. And again, you can see the gradient going from darker to light. That's what it looks like close up. And just really pretty, and lace and beads. And excited about finishing this up this week. All right, the next project I want to talk about, project update, is the Ultimate Advent Stash Buster Shawl. Pattern is by Debbie Bowanko. We are on clue 6. This is what the shawl is looking like right now. Again, this is a Stash Buster Shawl, Scrap Buster Mini Skein Shawl. Each one of these little clues is using less than 20 grams of yarn. As you can see, I'm using different mini skeins and some scraps for my clues. This is the latest clue here. This is the double seed stitch. This is what mine looks like close up. For comparison, I'll put a picture here of what the double seed stitch looks like on the internet. And this is what mine looks like. And then, of course, I think I did show the divider. The next clue will be a divider. Again, as a reminder, this was the Turkish stitch. This was the sand stitch. This was the open honeycomb stitch. And now we're to the double seed stitch. We are clue 6. There are 6 more stitches and then dividers. So there's 6 more of these panels and dividers left on this shawl. So it's going to be a pretty big shawl. It's starting to, get like this, enough to wrap around me and go over my shoulders a little bit. So anyway, it's starting to get bigger, and I'm really loving it. I love the look of the double seed stitch. I love the texture of it. I think that's why I did it in a solid color, because I really wanted to see the texture and it not get lost in the variegation of using variegated yarn. Okay, so that's it for this. We'll be back next week with a divider clue. Then the last project I want to talk about are my socks. My vanilla socks. This is the vanilla sock pattern, the Magic Loop Method. Pattern is by the Crazy Sock Lady. And the last time I showed you this, I was to the point where I had been working on my, this is a top-down sock. So you start here at this with the cuff, and I've done the leg, and I added these markers because they're marking off every 10 rows as a way to count as well. And then what I've done since then is I've done the heel, which is this part here. This is a slip stitch heel where you knit a stitch, slip a stitch, and this is what it looks like in the back. So you can see there is a little bit of a float back there. Not bad. They're all small and they're all tight, so you're not gonna feel that when you wear these socks. It's very nice and tight, but this is what it looks like on the front when you do a slip stitch heel. And then you do a heel turn, which is this part here, this triangular part. And as you knit this, you're doing these short rows. But I can't say that they're German short rows. They're just short rows where you knit and turn, knit and turn, knit and turn. It's very simple. And after you do that, it just creates this triangular piece. And then you come along here and you pick up, this piece is smaller. As you can see, it comes in a little bit. You pick up the stitches along this slip stitch heel, which creates the gusset like this. This is the gusset, and you can see you're knitting across that top of that heel turn in the side of your heel. And what you're doing along the gusset is you still have your needle 1 and your needle 2, but since you've picked up the stitches along that heel for the gusset, you have a lot of stitches, and I'm doing my decreases. You have to decrease here and here to make the stitches match what's originally on this this original needle. This was the part of the original stitch count. I think this is needle 1, and I'm doing a size small, so there's 28 stitches there. I've got like 40 stitches now because I've picked up all these stitches along the heel and doing the gusset. So I've got to do decreases in all the rounds to where I get back down to 28, and then when I get to 28, I start knitting the foot, and I'll do the foot and then the toe, and do the toe, close the toe up. I think it's with a Kitchener stitch. But anyway, I just wanted to show you what my heel is looking like. I am working on this. I'm hoping that my next WAYK video, I hope that I'll be able to get through the foot and to the toe, and then start the next sock, because I got to do another one, and we'll see how it compares in size with this one. I'm hoping they match well. And another thing I was going to do, but I forgot to do it before I started this video. One of our YouTube family members said that I could close up this hole that I have right here by just taking like a DPN and pulling up, this is just a crochet hook, but like pulling this around to loosen this up a little bit around, and that hole will close up. So I'm excited about trying that. I meant to try that before I started this video and I forgot. But I think Rebecca said that last night, and thank you for giving me that tip. It's a really great, if it isn't Rebecca, I apologize, but thank you whoever gave me that tip. It's a great tip. I'm excited about that, instead of having to try to do a different method for closing up a hole on a knitted item. So I am going to try that because this hole really isn't that big, and I think she's right. I think I can just tension this, like pull this yarn over in here and loosen it up along in here to close up this hole. And anyway, I just wanted to share where I am on my sock and my heel and picking up these stitches and showing you how it's looking. I do think this side looks really good on my decreases. This side looks a little bit, like you can see there's a little bit of a hole there. So I'm hoping I can kind of tension that out as well. So there's that side versus that side. But anyway, I'm still happy with it. I'm still liking it. I love the yarn, using self-strapping yarn. I've not used self-strapping yarn very much, but it's fun to see the color changes coming in. I'm enjoying this pattern very much. After I do this magic loop and do the other sock, I am going to try to do the DPNs, and I will also be working on a crochet sock. So I just wanted to mention that to you guys. I know some of you guys here are really interested in that crochet sock. I want to do those, learn that a little bit, and then I promise I will share that with you and try to do some tutorials around that to help you guys out, and maybe even do some lives where we can have some you guys can ask me some questions. I'm not promising I'll know all the answers. I know I won't, but I will help you and try to find the answers to the ones that I don't know the answers to. That I can promise you I will do. Anyway, I think that is all I have today. I do want to mention I did do a video earlier about giveaways, and that I am going to be having a giveaway soon around the middle of March, so just keep your eyes open for that. Still trying to put that together, and I am a little bit ahead in my filming schedule, so this will not post for a week or so, and maybe by that time I will have something together for my giveaway when you guys actually see this. So I hope you're all doing well. Hope you have a lovely day. Thank you. Thank you for being here, for spending your time with me, for listening to me talk about my knitting projects, and I would love to ask what you guys are currently making. Please put a comment below. I love hearing what you guys are working on. You can connect with me in Ravelry, Knit by Moonbeams, or on Instagram, Knit by Moonbeams. I love seeing pictures of your projects and hearing from you guys what you guys are crafting and finding interesting and fun to make. And again, thanks for being here. Hope you have a lovely day, and we will see you guys next time.